day a lot of us had been waiting for, which is now the debut of Johnny Turner. As he travels to Toronto in front of 50,000 Canadians to face off against Toronto Blue Jays in his first go of things, making his major league debut, talking with his new battery mate in Connor Wong. Turner, our first pick in this franchise, and we've talked about him a few times, just a couple episodes ago even. 12 games down in AAA. He has absolutely had it. 3.15 ERA, and maybe it was Nori Hayashi if he did not get hurt. But we're going to go with Johnny Turner here as his first batter almost kills him. Miles Straw, 79 exit velo on the curveball there. So absolute bullet back up the middle. And it's the first runner given up by Turner. And then Will Wagner comes up just a pitch later, and that's the first out that Turner gets in his big league career. But we talked about Johnny Turner a whole bunch. A really good pitch mix, has good control, good command, good break, and a lot of different things. He does get hit around here a little bit in his debut, which, to be expected. A very long single by Tony Tater's Anthony Santander. And then later on, it is Ryan Jeffers, who watches the ball in the dirt, throw over as Santander tries to take second base on the poor block by Wong, and he will be gunned out. And then Jeffers, other way, hit well, hit deep, and hit far enough for a home run. So good thing we got that runner at second base to make that only a solo shot, but B, it's a solo shot, and 2 runs given up, and Turner hasn't looked extremely sharp here in his debut. We'll pick up his first strikeout on fellow top prospect, or at least former top prospect, Randall Kramer there. He's going to have a real nice career with the Blue Jays, but 2-1, Blue Jays lead. But again, we've talked about Johnny Turner, what he is for us, what we view him as. He can be a number 1 guy or a very, very good number 2. 25 years old, or 24 years old already. His clock starts now. We're going to get some really good pitching for very cheap, honestly, for the next few years, which is great. We don't really have to sign him to a long-term deal, even relatively soon. But if we wanted to, I think we'll have the funds to do that. We have time to see how he's going to have his first taste of Major League action. With 3 starters coming off the books next year, maybe we only retain 1 or 2. Either way, a spot in the rotation could be warming up for him. Hayashi, obviously Woods Richardson, is going to have a claim for that after a pretty decent year he's had with us. Bayo, and anyone else that we decide to add into the mix, because we're always trying to improve, we're always trying to get better. Gives up a hit here again to Miles Straw, then Anthony Santander, 0-2 count, and right back to him, able to knock it down, won't get 2 like he thought he might be able to, but does fool Santander there, and he gets a little squibber back his way. Jeffers, who got him with a home run before he gets him back with the fastball for a strikeout, and already a good sign. That's what great pitchers do. You fool me once, shame on you, but fool me can't get fooled again. And he's able to pick up the out and the strikeout on what's-his-face Jeffers there. Nelson Velasquez up a 172 hitter, and we're all the way in the 4th inning. Still a 2-1 game, and able to get out of the 4th unscathed. And Turner starting to settle in quite nicely here as he's putting in a pretty good performance here in the 5th inning. Still going strong. Gets a strikeout of Barger there, so good job from him. Then with 2 outs, it's Miles Straw, and finally able to beat Straw. Straw was 2 for 2 against him, so good showing there. And going into the 6th inning potentially in his Major League debut, and he will. And this is what we're adding Turner to. One of the best rotations in the major leagues. Top 10 in basically everything, and then you add on to the bullpen that's really been a heavy contributor to how good the overall pitching staff has been. Real nice. Another strikeout there for Turner, for Turner. And then 2-2 count gets Jeffers again with a sinker high and inside. So another strikeout for Johnny Turner. Great stuff we are seeing from him. And is he going to go back out there for the 7th inning? He's gone 6 complete, 2 hits, or 2 runs, 5 hits, and they will throw him out there for the 7th. Does give up a long fly ball to Kramer there, and 6 1/3 innings down, and that will be the final batter he faced in McMahon as he singles back up the middle. And Johnny Turner has a very, very strong debut as he will be pulled here after that. Goes 6 1/3 innings, gives 6 hits, 5 strikeouts. The runner that is his does not score, so 2 runs, 2 earned, a home run given up, no walks, and ultimately did he get the win? Yes, sir, he did. So a win for Johnny Turner in his major league debut. Love to see that. 6 hits, 5 Ks, like we mentioned, 2 runs, only 2 earned. So that first inning after that, no one else really got to him that bad. Only gave up a couple hits after that. Phillips is going to get the save. It's a 4-2 victory for the Boston Red Sox. Don't you love to see that? And again, we are really starting to pull away from the rest of the crowd with another win under our belt. Now we're going to jump into this Tony Gonsolin moment. He has a no-hitter going as we're through 6 innings. No-hitter for Tony Gonsolin so far, as it is the Tampa Bay Rays, and Junior Caminero is going to step in. First pitch Caminero gets is going to be a 12-6 curveball. Thrown and hung, and Walker takes a odd route to it, but does get there. So already the nerves settling in for me. Isaac Vance is going to strike out. One of the top rookies is going to be out on strikes, and the 4th strikeout for Gonsolin, getting a lot of help from his defense. He will walk Xavier Isaac, I guess, painted a fastball, and then Braden Taylor is going to go down swinging. So a couple strikeouts in the frame, a walk, and Gonsolin goes into the 8th inning with a no-hitter intact. Josh Lowe, splitter popped up, and I went over, and then all of a sudden it flips me on to me, and if we gave up the hit there, because that would have landed in fair territory, I would have cried. Cried real tears, which you would have seen me cry. Real tears. Orlando Arcia popped up. Campbell back, ranging, and making the play. So just 4 outs away from history for Tony Gonsolin. Gary Sanchez. He pops this one up. Playable for Duran in left field, and we're going to the 9th inning with a no-hitter. Tony Gonsolin, can he put himself in Red Sox and Major League Baseball history? No! What? They're going to go with A.J. Puck? Why? Gonsolin was under 100. He was like well under 100 pitches. We get the no-hitter, but I'm sad. Like, that should be Tony Gonsolin. He's not even out there. There's like 8 players celebrating, and Tony Gonsolin isn't even one of them. What the fuck, game? We have thrown a no-hitter before. If you remember from a Rocky series, J.J. Rose had a similar situation where we hopped in and threw a no-hitter with him, but come on. That's balls right there. That's so dumb. Anyway, okay, so we do get a no-hitter, which is fun, but why not let Gonsolin, I don't care if he was at 130 pitches. Let him go out there and try to get it, man. Playing the Rays. The Rays suck. Okay, anyway, we're back in Boston wearing the Fenway greens. And Sandy Alcantara trying for a complete game shutout, something they wouldn't let what's-his-face get. All right. All right, I'm not mad about it at all. Buddy Kennedy, 2 pitches into his at-bat, pops out to the first baseman, Casas, and 1 away for Sandy. Again, he is only at 83 pitches. Might as well pull him now. Does hit the batter there. Rise able to hold up, so it keeps him from being claimed as a weird strikeout victim, but able to get the ground ball we need in turn 2. 9 innings, a win, 3 hits, 7 Ks, no walks, no earned, and 1 hit by pitch, a Maddox for Sandy Alcantara. Some great pitching on display here the last couple of days. Bringing things back up to a moment against Chicago where Rafael Devers is looking for a hit streak, and we're showing up against showing up for this and seeing if he can keep that hit streak alive. Will he be able to? 0 for 2 today. Does have a walk and is 2 for 10 with a home run in this series. Taking on Wilson here. 1-2 count, and nasty changeup in the dirt. Devers can't get to first base in time, and will he get another opportunity? Will he get another at-bat? We'll see. It's going to have to be Chandler Simpson getting on base for that to happen. We are watching in perspective of Devers. I thought for a second they threw me in as Chandler Simpson here, but no, they did not. And Devers watches on from the on-deck circle, takes some practice swings, grounder to shortstop on second base, and the White Sox not only win, but they halt Raffy's hitting streak there. So, all right, moving on, and a loss to the White Sox. Here we are in the 8th inning against Cleveland. We have a 1-run lead in Cleveland, and we have Justin Slayton on the bump with a runner on first base, no outs in the 8th inning, holding a 1-run lead. And again, trying to just hold on here and pick up a much-needed win. Ball in the dirt, Wong up and firing, but the runner is in scoring position easily. 93 speed. I think that's Jason Huber, a first-round pick from last year, who 18 years old is good enough to start with the major league team. Luis Rengifo, a big pop-up to Campbell over there at second base. And that's one gone in the inning, trying to keep that speed away from scoring. Kwan, he takes a pitch, and Huber takes third base just like that. So now we got that runner on third base now, and Kwan can't catch up to the cutter inside. He's just peppering that part of the plate with cutters. And Jose Ramirez comes up, and you might as well have just walked over to first base, because we're kind of looking. What do we want to do here? 88 clutch. We're going to walk, and we're going to take our chance with David Fry, who still can do damage here. We're not saying Fry is, a lightweight here. 74 clutch is still very, very good, but better than the 88 that Ramirez has. Obviously, having the reputation Ramirez has, one of the best players in the major leagues, and Duran able to track down that short fly ball. So 2-1 is your score, and it stays that way. Again, Cleveland just 2 hits all day. San Rafaela against Emmanuel Clase, not fair for a guy who just admitted last video struggled with hitting. Throwing Clase there was mean and unnecessary. But either way, we got Evan Phillips, who has been very mean and unnecessary to players all season long. Bellinger ground out to Bregman, 1 down. Looking for his 26th save of the year, and Phillips has been some of the best $8 million we've ever spent. Castro able to glove it, but can't turn and fire in time, and that will be a single for Big Crimus. John Kenzie Noel, who gets a present there. He now is going to get another gift and take second base off Wong's inability to block the pitch. The one thing about Connor Wong, he's had an incredible season, but defensively, he just lets those balls scoot away a little bit too much and allows these runners to up bases constantly. Fly ball into Rafaela territory, and no one's going to run on that arm, and holding still is Noel. Travis Bazana, he looks at strike 3, 100 right on top of the letters, and that will be it for this one. We pick up the W against the Guardians, and a great job again by our bullpen, showing why they are the best in the business. Evan Phillips, another save, 2-1 win, and we lead the series 1-0 against Cleveland. We're making a move, an interesting move. Kristen Campbell going to AAA. Campbell so far this year hasn't been much better than he was last year, and it wasn't much better than he was the year before that. I mean, walking a decent amount. 26 walks bring his OBP to 296, a 610 OPS, which is better than last year, but still just not cutting it yet. The 9.5% walk rate is great. The discipline's going up. We would love to see just more explosion of ratings jump. And this is the last year that we're comfortable sending him down. Next year, we're making $15 million a year. We want him on the Major League roster if that's the money he's going to be making. Checking in Roman Anthony. He has been progressing very nicely since going to AAA. In AAA, he's hitting .859 in the OPS department, 5 home runs, 15 doubles in 38 games, and he's hitting .317, .890 OPS with 5 doubles, a home run, 8 RBI, 4 walks, 13 hits, 3 runs scored in his last 10 games. So he's in development like we want. We do want to see that starting up for Christian Campbell, Marcelo Meyer. He's just kind of latched on, is going to be good, and we're fine kind of rolling with here. The reason making this move is Romy Gonzalez finally recovered from his torn ACL, missed about a year. So I guess we'll play him at second base for the moment being. We will see kind of what it looks like, and we're probably going to be making a deal to try to get somebody here pretty soon. But as of right now, Romy Gonzalez will be playing second base for your Boston Red Sox. We've been to the full game of today's episode, and it is a date with the Houston Astros. We take on the Stros, and they're a pretty formidable team. But again, we have jumped up to 56-29 in terms of record. It has been absolutely fantastic season for us, and a big pitching matchup: Garrett Crochet against Hunter Brown. In real life, these two guys are Cy Young candidates, and maybe the top 2 Cy Young candidates. In this game, Crochet is a little better. 12.02 Ks per 9 is exactly what we wanted from him, and why we raised that Ks per 9 rating early in the season. And that's kind of more the pitcher he is. And Crochet, again, let's look at the numbers one more time. A 2.96 ERA, 122 strikeouts so far in 91 innings, a 33% K rate, just about basically, and having one of the better strikeout seasons we've seen in recent memories. However, Jose Altuve does not care, as he'll put this one over the monster. And this is the third time in this series we've seen Crochet give up a leadoff home run to start the game. Twice to Wyatt Langford, once in the first game we've ever played in this series. The other one, I think, last year when we did the Gallen versus Crochet moment. And now here, Crochet gives one to Jose Altuve. I mean, 2 good hitters to do it to, but a weird pattern forming. Does get Gleyber Torres there, so that makes me happy, because even though he's on his 3rd team since then, it's still like striking out a Yankee, and that makes me happy. So nice, let's see it twice. I guess I copied it. Here you go. Replay. Why not? Not sure how the hell I did that, but whatever. Get your strikeout here. So technically 2 strikeouts in the inning. You saw 3. But you did see this home run. Maybe that was my therapy. It's like, I gave up this home run to Altuve, but I'll strike out Gleyber Torres twice on the same pitch in the same inning, I guess. Hunter Brown, 3.28 ERA. Definitely not numbers to scoff at. Definitely not better than Crochet, but very formidable ace-type numbers from him. Alex Bregman against his former team will ground it through the shift, and he will have a base knock, and we have a runner on in the bottom of the 1st. And they have Carita, Rafael Devers, who in real life, the hottest man on planet Earth, both in terms of good looks and baseball acumen. And he does ground into a double play, which is unfortunate. But, however, we do get to Brown, at least for a hit. So at least we know we can hit. That's nice. That's always a nice feeling to have in the back pocket. And we bring things up in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Marcelo Meyer whiffs on the hanging 12-6. Fool me, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again. Absolute drills the 98-mile-per-hour heater. A little bit late on it, but able to flick it up over the monster for 400-foot blast from Marcelo Meyer. A tater indeed, my friends. 405 into left field and smokes it. One of the, I think the first, no doubt home run we've hit with Marcelo Meyer in this series, and it came at a really good time, especially after being on time on the 12-6 hanger, but missing. Being able to catch up to 108 or 98 down the middle and hitting that one out was a good feeling. Jordan Walker, he is going to do as his last name implies and walk down to first base, and now brings up Romy Gonzalez at 167 since being back with the team. The reason we shifted Christian Campbell down to AAA, and definitely not our long-term fit or even want to be our short-term fit second base. maybe a trade on the horizon. Maybe we be able to get something like a Jordan Walker type second baseman, but for the moment, it will be Romy Gonzalez taking most of the at-bats at second base. Christian Walker up, and he slams one to left field over the wall. Duran looking up, and they answer right back here in the fourth inning. So Christian Walker, take me to church, I guess. God damn. Puts this one into the monster seats, and 3 home runs already hit in this game, contributing all 3 of the runs you see on the scoreboard. 2-1 Houston. Yanier Diaz, one of the better hitting catchers in the game. Bregman makes a ridiculous dive attempt and cannot come up with it. Surprise, surprise. And it's a single for Diaz. Isaac Paredes comes in, and Diaz taken off. Easily a hit and run. There's no way he's running on his own, but a poor throw from Wong puts him at second base. And now I just feel like this is going to come back and haunt us. Look at that. It came back to haunt us. Diaz will stay at third base, but a single by Paredes puts runners on the corner with just 1 out. Again, I feel like this is going to come out back to haunt us. So far it didn't. Jake Myers, pop up, cost us there. 2 down. Corner still, trying to keep that run from scoring. Can we do that? Pedro Leon. Walker, bad read on it. Able to get it, though. Pedro Leon does not come to haunt us. That is a surefire foreshadowing mention right there. Pedro Leon will come back to hurt us. But either way, 2-1 the count. 2-1 the score. Then Devers gets a circle change. Hits it 102 off the bat and sails over the bullpen. Just creeps over at 384. Should have been one that landed in Vermont, but got under it. But still enough to power it out. His 26th home run, and I think that ties him for the major league lead with Kyle Tucker and Shohei Ohtani. I just saw that on the ticker in the bottom in the last inning. And Devers ties things up. So 4 solo shots today, 2 apiece. And it is 2-2. Then Connor Wong gets a hold of the fastball and puts that into the gap. And Connor Wong, for a catcher, he can run for a bit. He tries second base and is there safely with 1 down. Can we add on? Would love to see a couple of runs in this inning. Marcelo Meyer says, hey, dog, I got you. Into center field. We will send Wong around. He will score. And Marcelo Meyer, the first non-home run RBI of the day, his second overall RBI of the afternoon, and it's 3-2 Boston with the lead. Jordan Walker, don't do anything stupid. Oh, started off stupid, but ended up winning. As Meyer not stopping at second base, he scoots into third, and we can really bust it open here with another base hit. I guess not really bust it open, but we can add on here. Ceddanne Rafaela, can you do it? Yes, she can! Ceddanne Rafaela doing his best Bob the Builder impression, and it is 4-2. So the Astros now giving up a nice little rally to the Red Sox here in the 4th inning, and now we're back to the top of the order. Can Jarren Duran keep the good times rolling? 0-2 today, but that average has been creeping up. A good fastball to hit, just didn't get enough power behind it, and he will fly out to Alvarez in left field. But either way, we put up a trio of runs in that inning, and this is how the starters have done so far. 7 hits, 4 earned for Hunter Brown, and 6 strikeouts for Garrett Crochet. Torres does lean into this one by the wall. Duran, a late leap. It gets caught between his back and the monster, so I guess keeps it from scooting away. But a 2-out double for Gleyber Torres nonetheless brings up Yordan Alvarez. 2-1 count. One of the most dangerous hitters in all of baseball. Fly out. Ceddanne Rafaela is there. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th with that 2-run lead still intact. And they're going to go to the bullpen early. Spencer Arrighetti. And I felt super, super confident. Like, all right, Hunter Brown's out of the game. We got Spencer Spaghetti, or whatever the fuck his name is. We could throw in a whole bunch of runs. Strikes out Bregman, strikes out Devers. And I'm like, oh, all right. Okay. And then 0-2 count on Casas. Yeah, that makes sense. And this is the part of the video where we just put our bats away and nothing happens. And our offense can't do shit while the Astros slowly come back and make my life a living hell. Let's see. How far do we get in that theory? Well, Paredes absolutely drills one. Another one off the wall that Duran kind of plays. I guess. I don't know. I haven't put the wall ribbon up there that they introduced in the game a couple years ago. I don't know why. I think that's fine to play with. It's hard to tell in this game how the balls are going. You don't get that perspective of the fielder. And Jake Myers singles slowly up the middle, and that's a run. So with 2 outs, the Astros claw back a little bit. Pedro Leon, he won't hurt us. He will hurt us. He will hurt us later. Jordan Walker is there, and again, still a lead. Glad we got those extra insurance runs with Ceddanne Rafaela and all that, but Houston slowly climbing back. And we're going to skip all the way to the 9th inning where Evan Phillips is going to try to shut this bitch down. 28 of 30 save opportunities. Isaac Paredes, sit down, sir. Sweeper outside. See you later. Jake Myers, sweeper a little bit more outside. Bye. See ya. Pedro Leon. Oh, Jinky Scoob. This one, center field. And it barely, and I mean barely gets out. 417. And I told you, Pedro Leon will come back to hurt me. And he hurt me here. I am hurt. I'm so hurt. Like, literally, watch this. It, like, hits off, like, not even the first row. It bounces back into play. So dumb. Santiago Espinal is going to... I'd rather home run off that pitch, but whatever. Pedro Leon ties things up in the 9th inning. We have to go back out and bat. Thought this game was dead in the water in the 5th, but that's what happens when you don't put up any production on Spencer Arangetti. And he's still out there. 39 pitches. Connor Wong. Like, he's been drilling us since he came in the 5th inning. It's been absolutely abhorrent. I think I used that word correctly. And Connor Wong will start the day off with a single on Arangetti and get the 9th inning a little bit rocking. Get this Fenway crowd back into it after being stunned. Arangetti still out there. And then Marcelo Meyer. It's a curveball to hit. 102 off the bat. Double play. Come on. Come on, man. I felt like I've been getting cheated all day. Jordan Walker. Big curveball. Middle of the plate. Timed it up. What? That 9th inning hurt my head so bad. You get 2 strikeouts pretty easily and then hang one a little bit to the 6-hole hitter who puts one just over center field. Hardest place at home run at Fenway Park. Then you get a 102-mile-per-hour curveball or 100-mile hit. Comes into a double play. Nasty pitch by Puck, by the way. Then you get a hanging curveball, and you just don't get the swing result on a power hitter. Whatever, man. Christian Walker. And then this happens. Rafaela can't get to it. Dumps it in. Dude, what is my life? I don't get it. I don't know what I did in a past life or even this life to deserve this torture. But either way, we do finally end the inning. We do give up a run on some BS. We'll say that. BS. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm hates that I swear, even the little amount I do. And now we got face off against Josh Hader, who has a good ERA, but however has blown 5 saves. So, maybe a chance? Ceddanne Rafaela says definitely a chance. We're sending the run home. Leon! It's Pedro Leon! Not again! No! Pedro Leon! I'm going to make all his ratings 0. I'm going to ruin his career because he's ruining my life. Pedro Leon is ruining my life. Watch this throw. A risky send, but for the most part, these throws, even with that, it had to be right on the money. And it just was right on the money. Now, down to our final strike, what's going to happen? Well, the runner's going to take second base. We thought with the 1-2 count we were going to get an off-speed pitch there, and either way, we had to protect the plate, so the way outside. Does this set up Jarren Duran to be the hero and at least tie this game up here in the 10th inning? Well, let me tell you something. Josh Hader said, here you go, son, and just barely. I'm fine with that. That is such a bloop hit. That is such a reward, and I'll take it. I deserve it. I will take the cheap hit. Jarren Duran ties things up here in the 10th inning. But now, all of a sudden, he could probably take second base. And now he brings up Alex Bregman, who could potentially win it against his former team. Swings and misses, and Duran is in there in time. I think he got a late jump. That's why we decided to swing, because he didn't want, the inning to end on a stolen base attempt gone wrong. And then pops up. Too late on the two-seamer. Popped up behind first base and put away for the last out of the inning. So we do not score again. We cannot win it here in extras just quite yet. And again, the Astros. It's Pedro Leon. Oh my God! Pedro Leon, and just ahead of the throw too. What did I do to Pedro Leon? Why does Pedro Leon have a? If Pedro Leon's on your fantasy team, I hope he doesn't get a hit the rest of the season. I hope you suffer the way he's made me suffer. This is just absolutely incredulous. I hope I used that word right. But then Pedro Leon gets a little greedy. We do throw him out, but the Astros score again. So now we got to score 2 runs here in the 11th. Can we do it? Oh, man, I sure hope that we can. Pedro Leon, leave me alone. Connor Wong, opposite field. And we're going to test the runner again. Leon, are you going to do it this time, buddy? No, he will not. So Pedro Leon cannot come up firing there, and we tie this ball game. Connor Wong does it this time, and we're going to bring in Rodolfo Castro against the lefty. As Castro, as Chris Bubich is in, one of the top signings from last year's free agent class, went to Houston. But Houston, we have a problem. You pitched to Rodolfo Castro. He walks it off in the Marcelo Myers spot, and we do win. Pedro Leon be damned. I hate that guy. Now I have a personal vendetta against Pedro Leon. Anyone who calls Pedro Leon a friend is now my enemy. Anyone who's ever seen Pedro Leon in passing, I now hate your guts. The Houston Astros, if they weren't already dead to me now, they definitely are this moment. Pedro Leon, suck it, kid. We win, walk-off fashion. A fun episode on this one. Let's wrap things up here. But Red Sox win 7-6 in dramatic fashion yet again. So we finished that month red hot. I mean, we picked up on this game. We went how many in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in a row. And then after that, we only dropped 1, 2, 3, 4 of our next 10. So we went, 14, 16, 16 and 4 over the last 20 games that we've played, including a big thriller here. We got the win in the debut for Johnny Turner. Just stomping on all these motherfuckers. We really are just really one blow up here and one blow up here. Other than that, 1 run loss, 2 run loss. That was it. Like, we are killing it. Our 58 wins right now would only be behind the Los Angeles Dodgers 60. And I think no one else in Major League Baseball has 50 wins. Are we on a collision course for a rematch? I don't know. I sure hope so. We have the draft, trade deadline, all-star festivities, all of that coming up next. Don't miss anything, and able to ensure you won't miss anything. Subscribe, like, comment down below. Red Sox are hot. This is the year we were hoping for. In year 3, we're doing it. See you next time here at Tisbury 33 Games.